We had children biking, they were autonomous, under the age of 15. You saw them, and this was without parents. And this is because they were protected.
They had no place to park at all. It just clutters them down other streets.
So, for sure, the surprise of a new bike path, the removal of some parking to introduce it, was probably a shock to some and unheard of.
Common sense is needed here. Just forget about the whole idea. Save the money. Help other people with that money that need it really drastically.
See, I'm okay with it, but I can see that going for a lot of drivers not being a fan of it because it's be more gas being used to find different routes to get around the city and could stir up some things.
CTV Montreal headed to the streets of NDG, Terrebonne Street to be precise, to get takes from citizens there about what they think of the now second kick at the can for the borough of Côte-des-Neiges NDG to try out a bike path on Terrebonne Street. With that in mind, let's go now to the mayor of the borough. Gracia Kasoki Katawha joins me on the line. Madame la Mairesse, welcome back.
Thank you. Good morning.
Okay, first things first that I want to clarify. I mean, it's been a couple of days here, and I've gone over where it's on Terrebonne and eastbound here and westbound there. This is what I want clarification on, right? Because I have your press release in my hands. So the week of November 20th, you're going to be having discussions with various institutional partners in the area, right? And then there's a meeting with local residents open to the general public on November 30th. Does that mean that this decision can still be changed, or is this a fait accompli and this is a meeting to explain why? What's the deal with these meetings on the 20th and the big meeting on the 30th? Does that mean that this is still up in the air, or is this a done decision?
So we're gonna do a bike path on Terrebonne next summer. What we want now to have is to use collective intelligence. So the people that live around or that have institution around tell us how could we improve the configuration that we are proposing to them in the study that we released and in the presentation that we're going to have at the end of the month. So that is the goal. So we want a bike path on Terrebonne, and I think the study explains why. There's many people using that street. Really, the configuration we are proposing, it's really a way to make Terrebonne safer for everyone. For the people who use their car on Terrebonne, they know that it's dangerous. How many times I yelled at my husband because I was like, be careful, there's a car, there's a pedestrian, there's a cyclist. It's really, really tight. A lot of people are using that street, so we really want to make it safer for everyone. It's really our responsibility actually to do it. So we're going to have a bike path, bi-directional bike path on Terrebonne, but now we want to make sure that we take into consideration everyone, reality in terms of how they use it and how we could improve the configuration of it.
Okay, so that clarifies things. So a bike path definitely coming. The full details of implementation, that is still up for discussion. That's what. That's
exactly.
What okay.
So gotcha. We want to secure the different intersections. There's the drop-off thing. So all these things needs to be. We want people to give us input in regards of those different details to make sure that everyone is most of the people are comfortable with the configuration that's going to be implemented.
And how is this different than the first time this was attempted? I know you weren't mayor then. This was attempted once before. It blew up in the borough's face, and it was taken away. How is this time different?
The context is really different. The last time it was implemented, honestly, was during the pandemic, and people were trying to find ways to help people to circulate because, no one was using the subway and things like that and the buses. But so the context is really different. Our process is different too. So there was a $150,000 study that was giving out. We have an exhaustive study with like 300 pages that studies the mobility in the sector, not only on Terrebonne, but also on Summerled and on Moncton. We study the parkings available. We study the achalandage and the number of people who are there. There was 15 incidents during the past 5 years on Terrebonne with cyclists and pedestrians. So we have all those data now, and we are talking about it now. So we are starting 8 months before to talk with the population so we could use our collective intelligence to improve the recommendation that was made by the experts.
How many parking spots will be lost when all is said and done? How many parking spots are going to be lost here?
So that's another difference from the last time. So we are keeping one line of parking. So there's 200 parking spots that are going to be removed. And I want to say that those are legal parkings, because oftentimes people count parking that are not legal, because we're going to have to reinforce the 5-meter interdiction to park at the intersection to make sure it's safer for everyone. But in total, it's like 200 spots that are going to be removed.
So obviously, I think what people are concerned are, all the side streets, right? So all of the streets, let me try and do my NDG, streets: Wilson, Harvard, Old Orchard, Girouard. You go down the list, right? So the worry is that you remove these 200 spots, those cars have to go somewhere. It will make the side streets that already are filled with cars a worse situation. What do you say to those concerns?
So again, we did an exhaustive study, and it shows that there's parking available on the crossing streets. And honestly, I know about it because I live on those crossing streets. And we were really happy to know that the summer-led work are going to end this year, because we were afraid if it was about to continue next year, we will rethink about this. But now it's going to be done. So there will be spots on summer-led. So some part of the crossing street will be able to park on summer-led. Other people will. So there's space available there, according to the study that we have.
We're with Gracia Kasoki Katawha, the mayor of Côte-des-Neiges-NDG. Are you concerned that we will see some of the, how would I describe it, the nastiness in park extension, right? So in park extension right now, the situation over the new bike path there, it has gotten nasty. You've probably seen the images in front of council meetings and in front of the city hall there. Two very different, distinct demographic groups fighting, right? And some nastiness on streets and that kind of thing. Are you worried that kind of nastiness could come to NDG?
I'm not worried. If I'm elected at the municipal level and local level, it's knowing that it takes courage to bring the changes and really being here. And, remember, I'm a nurse. I'm a nurse that's been through the pandemic, so I've seen things in my life. And I'm not afraid. I think it takes courage to help the population to make sure that we're able to, live with those changes that are really necessary. So I'm not afraid. I think we're going to be able to have civilized discussion. And for me, the most important thing is to make sure that I hear everyone. I hear people are going to bring some worries. It's going to be important for me and the administration to explain to them, is there any possible solution to their worries? If there's not, why? So the conversation is really important when we want to bring change. But I don't think that you could be an elected official, in an administration at the municipal level and be afraid of changes, because this is the essence of what we do. Why
do you think it's gotten so nasty in Park X? What do you think went wrong in that borough?
I can say the better person to answer that is really the mayor. No.
I've had her on. It's really a question for you. I want your take. I want your opinion. You've seen it. Why do you think that it got so nasty there? Do you think mistakes were made? Why do you think it's gone so bad, civility-wise in Park X?
To be really honest, I cannot say. One thing I know, being a mayor for 2 years now, is that those type of changes, particularly regarding bike path, as soon as you say bike path, is it becomes something people don't know about the project, but sometimes they already start to fight it. I've seen comments of people say, well, they should have a study. They didn't even know that we have a study, but they are against it, So I think that it's really important that as a society in Montreal that we calm the dialogue around bike paths, because I think both sides of the island at City Hall understand that it's important to have active transportation mode in Montreal. The leader of the chef de l'opposition said it at the last council, So we all understand it's important. We all understand it's a difficult topic in the public space right now, but we also I understand as a mayor, and it's the same thing for Laurence Lavigne-Lalonde, that there are changes that are really important. And just to give you an example, this summer, I was meeting some, institution who were telling me they were mad that we installed some bike paths, in their area. At the same time, I was talking with really mad citizens who were flooded in the middle of NDG during the summer. And I was like, oh my God. So as a mayor, I need to help people who are dealing with the impact of climate change on one side, and the other side still trying to convince people that we need more safe, active transportation options. We're really in a complicated situation, but we are responsible. We are the people who are making the decision, and we need to use the data and to use them to inform our decision and make the best decision possible for Montreal for now, but mostly for tomorrow.
I got to tell you something. I share your concerns because of all things that shouldn't be politicized, bike paths. I hate that sometimes, and it's
safety,
not
basically.
Yeah, and let me tell you, it's not as bad in some other cities. Montreal is actually far better off than what I see in other cities, but I think it's insane that it's turned into a political issue at times. We have to leave it there, Mayor. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Right, I like our discussions. Thank you for having me.
Good, take care. That's Gracia Kasoki Katawha, the mayor of CDN-NDG.